What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 3 Star Drawl. I'm Down South 77, aka 3 Star Drawl, and this here is an adult collector channel. Took a trip down to see my buddy Jay at Yojo Depot yesterday because he's had something down there waiting on me for almost 2 weeks now, and I was finally able to get by there and pick it up. And that is, of course, the newest wave of G.I. Joe Classified. Now, I know they've been showing up at Targets according to what I've seen on some of the Joe Facebook groups. So if you don't want to wait on Pulse or Amazon, maybe get out and check Targets. Maybe you'll get lucky. I think Pulse ships them still in December is what they're showing, and Amazon is like the 24th this month, in November, I think. Anyway, they're out there if you're able to grab them early. Anyway, I did a live stream last night with my cousin Pop Blender over here, Seven's Wild, Down South Boys Talking Toys. We do that every other Wednesday. And I asked the chat who they wanted me to open and review first out of this wave. And the response, the answers were overwhelmingly number 177, Seymour Sci-Fi Fine. This guy. Don't you all know somebody, that one person that pronounces things the way that it's spelled? I try people crazy doing that sometimes. Anyway, that's beside the point. So yes, Sci-Fi, this was a guy that I always liked him, but he was one of those that was kind of strange to fit in. I remember in 86 when this guy came out, he was nigh impossible to find here in Tennessee. Him, Dial Tone, and the Bats took forever to track down here in the Real American Hero line, and they kind of followed suit. They just dumped it all in with Dial Tone for the classified line. Hopefully everybody's got him now. He is finally available everywhere. Anyway, I think Sci-Fi, just because he was so unique, and the color, just everything about this guy. I'll tell you something about Sci-Fi. Even in 86, when I finally got him, I love this dude. And even once you got him, though, you're kind of like, he's so futuristic. Like, he doesn't even kind of fit in with Joe's. Even though way back in 82 we had Flash as a laser trooper in 82, he matched the aesthetics of everybody else. And poor Sci-Fi just stuck out like a sore thumb, didn't he? I like that color green, though. It is my favorite color. So they toned him down, it looks like, a little bit for the classified release. And I have a feeling he's still going to stand out like a sore thumb on a shelf, because there's not anybody else on the Joe team that matches up to this guy. He looks more like Combat Armor Cobra Commander. Anyway, he looks like he's laying on the desk now. So let's go ahead and get him out. He looks cool is what I was going to say. I do like what they've done with him here in Classified. So let's check him out and see how good they were able to make him. Brought out some of the fellow class of 86 here to celebrate the grand opening of Seymour Fine. So we can get a look at the front there, see how he's packed in. There's our nice portrait over on the side. Definitely sci-fi-esque. Looks like he stepped right out of some kind of anime there. And over here on the side, you get your QR code, your attributes 177. Here's the bottom. There's that barcode if anybody wants to pause that and get a shot of the barcode for any reason to look for him. And then back here on the back, get this nice futuristic shot of him. Looks like he's in Bespin or something. And a close up on his electricity ball and then his backpack. So we'll go ahead and pop out Mr. Seymour here. Here's how he's going to come packed in. Nothing hidden underneath the bottom there. So get his extra visor up there on the top, or have both of his visors that snap on. And you get his energy ball weapon and hose. So that hose seems like it's longer than it is on a lot of the other figures. Is it just me? I don't know. We'll look at it when we get it out. take a look at his accessories first. I like to do it that way. Let's go ahead and dive right in and check out the backpack. It's some pretty decent sculpting on it. You do get these silver vents here. I don't dissipating heat. I'm not even gonna take a guess at what those are. I guess I had that upside down, huh? So those are gonna go on the bottom, and whatever this is some kind of energy producing device. I don't know. Something that's gonna make lasers. So there's the backpack. Looks pretty good overall. I mean, that's what you would expect to come with this guy. And then let's check out his helmet. Now you do get the visorless helmet is how it comes packed. And then of course we do have the two visor options. We'll look at those. Nice sculpting on the helmet. Like silver going all the way around. You get these Lobot-esque little pieces over here on the side. I'm guessing that's probably some kind of hearing device since it's right over his ears. Kind of helps him be able to hear or target maybe. Silver going all the way around. Looks like it's got some little rivets and different things in there. And then chin strap, you do get this dark silver gunmetal color on the chin strap. And then the little divots up here on the top. Pretty faithful recreation, I think. So let's check out these two because I'm really interested in these pieces. So they're on, they have these arms here that it look like they're just going to pop in there. They are tinted. They're transparent, but they're not transparent. What am I? Translucent. That's what I'm looking for. So you can see through them there. I do like that. I like that they're doing this plastic translucent so you can see through it, see their eyes through it. You get these rivets here, these black bolts probably to bolt this on, whatever that is. And man, this stuff just gets harder to see. I'm trying to do it on camera, and I'm also trying to look down and to the side. So, yeah, man, this little stuff gets harder. The older you get, it gets harder to see. So I don't really think there's a upside down or not. I don't know. It's kind of got these ridges on it, and you can see there. I'm guessing that's probably correct. Because they're tapering. Again, I haven't watched anybody do this, so yeah, that was definitely the right way. So they kind of taper down. You can see to not really a point, but you can tell where they taper down. I'm gonna have to look at this directly. I can't get it back in there looking over my glasses and down and to the right to see this thing. And it is kind of it's not gummy, but it's squeezy. We'll put it that way. You can squeeze it and compress the visor. So you want to be, I guess, kind of careful when you put it in there because it's kind of easy to over squeeze it. So there you get to look at nothing while I talk about it for a minute. So there's that one on there, and then he does have the full face one. Now the half one is the more classic look, and then classified up is this full face one, and you definitely get the futuristic impression look with this full face one. I don't know which one I'm going to like more. You can actually see in there it's got a little spot for his nose and his chin to fit. That's pretty neat. That's kind of concave from the way out, I guess, from inside to make sure it fits over his nose. I like that. Here's the hose. Maybe this isn't longer than like the Techno Viper, other figures that have come with this, but for some reason it just seems like it's longer. Black hose, silver fittings. We've seen these before, and there's nowhere for this to plug into other than right there on the backpack in the middle. Let me make sure as I say that these ends are the same. So see if we can get that in there. It's kind of mashing down. There we go. All right. So we'll go ahead and pre-plug that into the backpack. Take a look at his weapon because, of course, this is our main feature for this guy. I mean, it definitely looks like a laser gun. They could have just given him one of the ones from the beginning of the line. No, we don't want to see those again. This actually looks pretty good. Nice little detail in there, sculpt work, kind of grooved here on the bottom. So I don't know what this is on the bottom of the barrel. Maybe that's a flashlight, but it almost looks like it's got a pump there on the fore grip, fore stock. I don't think, I don't know. It's kind of hard to theorize about what the laser gun may be. So we do get this nice copper colored readout there. You got target locked, and then that looks like distance. That's pretty cool. See, yeah, it looks like 101 meters. I had to take it again, take it off camera to look at that. So that's pretty cool. And I like that the screen, I mean, it stands out. Looks like a kind of looks like an old Game Boy screen a little bit. This nice silver kind of brushed aluminum going around it. And that's cool that that actually frames that piece too. I like that. Pretty good looking weapon. I mean, Sci-Fi had a pretty neat weapon in Real American Hero. I liked his original gun was obviously a big draw point. So here's his big blue ball, his blue energy burst ball. I like that this comes apart, and then you do get the energy crackling out of it there, kind of wrapping around. So I mean, there's no doubt that this is not just like a regular blast effect. This is clearly some sort of a laser. Although I would have thought lasers are more of a flat beam than this. So some kind of energy burst. And this is going to plug in right here. It's surprisingly straight. I'm kind of surprised at that. Not super gummy, not super flexible. And then it's going to plug in here on the end of his weapon. It makes this thing really heavy though. I already know what's going to happen here with him trying to hold this thing. This four stock here, pump looking piece that I talked about, it is thinner, so getting his hand to hold it and support it might not be too big of a deal, stretching the plastic on the hand out. But let's go ahead and just put all this together and kind of look at all this together. Pretty nice looking set, laser trooper set there. And you can obviously remove that and then just have it as a ball of energy like it's building up and getting ready to fire. So we looked at all of his stuff. He does not come with any kind of a sidearm or anything. So if this thing runs out of juice, he is SOL. Now let's take us a look see at old Skiffy here. Start out looking at the face and the head sculpt. It looks pretty good. I don't see any paint issues there. Eyes are centered. Skin tone looks good. Lips are, I don't know, maybe you just put on some lip balm or something, but they're a little shiny. Yeah, I gotta quit looking at it. The more I look at it, the more it stands out. They all look like they're wearing some kind of lip gloss on some of these guys. Like the nice slick back hair with the shaved underneath. Not really a fade, it's just the top of it's long and shaved up under. Dude has got some dark hair. I tell you what, look at that. It's just dark. Looks like it's painted on there. Maybe it's Grecian formula or something. You get texture on the hair. It's jet black hair. He's got a nice head of jet black hair. Go down, check out his chest armor. It's as you would expect, pretty faithful to the original, I think. These raised notches on the shoulder, and then in the very center, and they are gunmetal, nice silver. It's not a super metallic silver, but I mean it's shiny, but it's not super metallic. It's got these little circular things up here on the shoulder. You can definitely see the texture in there. Nice pocket here on the left bicep. Inside of the suit is a nice black. You can see these straps with the straps going around. Where do these straps go? Because they don't continue on in green to attach to this. So what exactly are these straps doing? I guess they got little buckles here, little rivets here. So I guess that's just to tighten this. That's weird. This is like a over piece, I guess. I don't know. Was the original like that? That's weird. All right. It's got these nice wrist gauntlets. I don't know another way to describe them, or not wrist gauntlets, forearm gauntlets. Nice shiny silver. Actually matches pretty well on each side. Kind of the same look on each side. Each arm has got a pocket over here on the right as well. And underneath, under his armor, it's green going down. Looks like that's probably a Velcro or something. Same texture all the way down, going down to his legs. He's got a couple pockets in the front. More of these little silver. What did we decide those were on blowtorch? Will help with the air circulation for the suit. And then going down again into the boots, the legs, the shin guards, all of this. Nice armor. The darker gunmetal right here below the knee. Just flares out in the back. So, this guy gets compared to RoboCop a lot, and this one definitely seems to live up to it. Really trying to even the tops of his boots. You can check out the tops of his boots. They even look kind of futuristic. And let's just look down here on the bottom and see when he was made. He was actually made in 2025. At least these boots were. And he was made in China. There's your lot numbers and all that on the left foot. Interesting. So we'll go over here, check out the sides. Again, same thing on each side. Got these straps here to tighten the suit. This belt here with the silver. And he does have a couple of, they're not really carabiners, but a couple of clips there, a couple of V clips where you can clip something on. And then he's got a pocket over here on the side. No idea what this may be, some sort of device, or open it up. Maybe he's got Soundwave in there so he can listen to some jams, some early 80s electronica perhaps. So this piece, his chest armor here, look at the back. Again, straps going around on the top. And then on the sides, these are tubes. So this is probably all supposed to be connected to a cooling system, I'm going to guess. That's what it's going to be for me. But what I was saying about this chest armor is this is not flexible in any way. I would be very curious to see if this can come off of him. I know somebody's going to try it if they hadn't already. It looks like it is a whole separate piece that's put on him, but I don't know how you would get this off. This does not look like a boil and pop situation. But I do like where it looks like the armor's all snapped together there. But back in the back to that, chest plate back here. So armor back here in the back. And I'm guessing all this is reflective. Maybe it's so bright, so if anybody shoots a laser back at him, it reflects off of him. I do like the way he looks. I've seen people both say that this is their favorite and least favorite figure in this wave. So definitely some mixed opinions on Sci-Fi here. No issues with movement. He moves really nice out of the package. Drop down hips. Actually go down pretty far on this guy. I do like the way he looks. See how he stands up, because that's always a pitfall for me, it seems like. Seems like he's going to stand pretty well. He's going to have all the standard articulation, although forward might be hindered by this separate armor piece over the top. I don't know. You're never going to have him that far forward standing. It might affect the pose we like to do, where they're putting their, especially kneeling, where they got their foot kicked out in the back for balance or leverage. Might affect that. So let's see if we can get this on him with a faceplate on him, on his helmet here. Yeah. I think it's going to be a put it on him and then pop the faceplate on situation. Let's try to get it centered, get the chin strap on. Alright. Helmet's squishy enough. Let's see if we can get that chin strap down there, because it's not looking Not looking too right. Okay, that's a little better. That looks weird. It looks like he's Tron. Looks like he's from Tron. Uh, Need to go get the light discs that or the discs that Pythona comes with and give to him. Again, try and pop this on. I was worried about how well this is going to seat on here and stay in. I was worried about this falling out, but those pegs are pretty long. It actually snaps in pretty well. I'm impressed. This is not coming out unless you want it to. Now, if you take the helmet off, it probably is going to pop out of there. So let's put him all together here. Some backpack actually goes on pretty well. I don't feel like this backpack's going to fall off of this guy like I do on a lot of them. Still got his blue ball hanging down here. So if we can get his finger on the trigger ready to pop some lasers in some people. Because they wouldn't be caps, would they? These damn fingers, man, on these figures. I've had the hardest time with these trigger fingers on some of these figures. His hands are pretty gummy. There we go, finally. Good lord. Alright. Looks pretty good holding it. It does not have a super long stock on this thing, so you can get it back against his bicep. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to fire this one-handed. It is a laser. It should not have a whole lot of recoil to it. But let's, for argument's sake, say you do want him to hold it with two hands, because that generally does look the best, doesn't it, when we put them on the shelf and pose them? No problem at all, really, getting him to hold that. I think you'll probably be able to get him into a pretty good pose with this, shouldering it. These might hinder it a little bit, his upward movement. I don't know, maybe not. So I think you probably will be able to get some action with him, actually shouldering this and firing it. Not too bad. I actually stopped that for a minute because I was having trouble between the short stock of this and how gummy these hands are and the weird angle that they do the thumbs with this soft plastic. I was having a time getting it all put together, but not too bad. You might be able to get a little more outstretched with it, but when you start pulling it away, it starts popping out of his hand. But that's not too bad. I actually kind of like that. It looks good. Um, let's go ahead and throw the blast effect in there. Energy effect, I guess. See how that looks. No, this thing, I think over time, I think it's going to droop. I think this peg is going to start drooping down. I guess I didn't have that in good enough. So I do like the look. I think this looks pretty cool. Them firing this, and I know some people don't like it. I think this is awesome. I really dig it. I don't have any real complaints with him, other than the gummy hands. The ankles seem like they're a little bit loose, but I don't think they're bad enough that it's something you can't compensate with bending the legs for posing him. But I do feel like this being so heavy, I think this peg is going to droop. I don't think that peg was long enough. And then let's put this one in. That looks good too to me. I like just the beam coming out, and it's not nearly as heavy. But I do like this. They went through a lot of trouble to engineer the energy plasma ball. So I don't know. I guess I'll just have to put him up there and see if it sags. But I do like plenty of length on that hose. You don't have to worry about it being too tight and hindering his pose on the gun. Not too bad at all. And then we'll look at his other visor option here. It just looks so funny. See if I can do it this time a little quicker. Yeah, not bad. So there's the full face look for him. Definitely looks very spacey, especially with that weapon. Super futuristic. I mean, he does not look like a Joe. So I don't think sci-fi is going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it's probably going to depend a lot on whether or not you liked him back in the day because it's the same idea. I mean, you take these guys come out the same year, in Real American Hero. They're less than or about a year apart, in Classified, but same time period here. So there's Sci-Fi. What do you guys think about him? I actually like him. I was kind of worried, but I do dig him. I think he's a fun figure. I hope we get some Cobra laser something or another to kind of fight him. Should this laser have been red since he's a Joe? Blue is the Cobra laser color, so I really feel like this whole thing should have been a translucent red rather than blue. Not that it doesn't look good; it looks fine for what it is. Just think they should, if they're going to do the lasers, they need to keep red with red and blue with blue. Let's give Sci-Fi a 4.25 yeehaws out of 5. That's pretty good rating. It's a better than average figure. I think he looks great. I like every design choice they did for this guy because he definitely nails the sci-fi aesthetic. Let me know down in the comments. Did you guys pick him up? You gonna pick him up? Do you like sci-fi? What do you think? He replaced Flash, so take that for what it is. He's the newer Laser Trooper. Laser. I'll see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw.